So, J. Ruud, what lovable book are we talking about today?
Well, Stacey Margaret Jones, I'll give you a hint. Pretty easy life. Nothing ever seems to have happened to him.
It sounds like Trollope.
No.
Welcome to Between the Covers, the weekly podcast in which author J. Ruud makes the case for one lovable novel in the English language to go on his list of the 100 most lovable novels in the English language. And every week we start out with him giving me, author Stacey Margaret Jones, hints as to what that book might be. And I need another hint. Have I read this book?
Nope.
Okay, so I like it because then I don't feel so bad. Hint me.
Okay, here is clue number 2. A half-Chinese adolescent card sharp. And here is clue number 3. Failed in London, try Hong Kong.
Oh, I have heard that sentence before, but I still have no idea what the book is. You better tell me.
All right, this is Old Filth.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
By Jane Gardam.
Jane?
Jane Gardam.
Okay.
O-B-E.
Okay.
Is a contemporary British novelist who actually died last April at the age of 96.
Well, I'm going to publicly humiliate myself and say that I have not heard of this.
This is another one of those books, like, we've had kind of a string of them, actually.
Yeah, it's like you're filling in the cracks at the end here.
Well, this is the 93rd.
I know, we're getting down there.
In our list. And a lot of these not consciously, but I guess subconsciously, I saved to the end because in my kind of random choosing of novels to pick one that you had read, that I knew you had read, because I knew then that you might be able to guess it and might have some things to say about it.
And he was protecting my public persona.
Yeah, now that we're at the end, I can no longer do that because I'm getting to a lot of books that I'm pretty sure you haven't read. And that
I'll only have boring things to say about it.
I'm pretty sure that most Americans are likely to be in your position because Jane Gardam was really highly regarded in the UK. She was an OBE, as I said. But I think she's little known outside the United Kingdom. Yeah. And virtually unknown in the US as far as I can tell.
Well, we're about to change that with our wildly popular podcast highlighting her work.
That we are. She won several awards. She was a prolific author of both children's books and adult fiction. Her book, The Hollow Land, in 1981.
I've heard of that.
Won Britain's prestigious Whitbread Children's Award.
I've heard of that.
And her adult novel, The Queen of the Tambourine, won the Whitbread Novel Award in 1991. She won the Catherine Mansfield Award for Short Stories in 1984. And another of her novels, God on the Rocks, won the prestigious French Prix Baudelaire.
How's your French coming along?
It's getting there. And was nominated for even more coveted Booker Prize in 1978.
Okay.
But her more recent novels have been perhaps even more appreciated by the reading public, at least in the UK. Particularly Old Filth, which was published in 2004.
Well, I have heard that phrase, and maybe I think I heard it like on a TV show or something. Maybe somebody kind of was quoting her book in TV show dialogue or something.
It is possible.
So who else likes this book particularly, or was that your...
No, that wasn't my spiel.
Okay. Let's stick to the highlights. Not every list.
There's not that many lists because it's a recent novel.
Okay.
In 2015, in the BBC-sponsored survey of literary critics from outside the UK that listed the 100 greatest British novels of all time, Old Filth was ranked as number 71.
Oh, okay.
It also appeared on Parade Magazine's 2016 list of the 75 best books of the past 75 years. And just this year, it appeared on The Guardian's 100 best novels of all time, parentheses, runners-up. So, I think this is probably like the second 100
All right.
of The Guardian's best novels.
Okay.
So-
All right. Well, good job. Can you continue your winning streak with the down and dirty summary? And can you win the harps of glory, or will you go down to the trombones of defeat? Womp womp.
We'll find out. This is the tragic comic story of Sir Edward Feathers.
It sounds like Jeeves.
Well, British, you know.
Yeah.
He was a judge of the Inner Temple, retired to Dorset, and recently widowed. In the course of the novel, Feathers looks back over his life, from his origins in British-controlled Malaya to his fostering as a Raj orphan in Wales, through a distinguished legal career to his later years in retirement. The book's present, the 80-year-old retired judge tries to come to grips with his suddenly single life after his wife's death in the garden of their Dorset home. Looking back at his life with Betty, he characterizes her as a woman who was very faithful. But after her death, he gets other opinions.
Oh, well done. Harps of Glory. Harps of Glory. Well, this does sound very interesting.
It is a very interesting book.
Okay, so...
And it was published in 2004. You usually ask me when it was published.
Yes, when did it come out and how long is it?
2004, and it's 320 pages long.
I thought you were going to say it was 2004 pages. And I was going to be like,
It's 320 pages.
Okay, so it's
a quick read. Really.
Yeah, it's a awesome. All right, so what makes this novel lovable? Now, let's be careful here, because a lot of times when I ask you why it's lovable, you just give us a plot summary.
Well, a lot of times it's lovable because of the plot.
I know, but so anyway, let's talk about what makes this book lovable. How did this book get on your list?
Well, it got on my list for me, I can relate to this character. He's retired. He's 80 years old, so way older than me. But he's looking back on his life, which he finds he imagined a lot of what he thought was true. As he finds out by this kind of quest he goes on. Also, there is a secret in his past that we don't know about, even though it's kind of hinted at as you go along. We don't know about it until pretty much the very end of the novel.
Okay. So we know there's a secret?
We ultimately know.
Oh, okay.
We know there's
something's going on.
Something has gone on.
Okay.
That he's not really telling us.
Okay.
It's third person limited omniscient point of view again. You see everything through his
limited perspective.
Yeah.
But he's not the narrator.
He's not the narrator,
okay.
Right. So the novel opens with a scene in a lunchroom in London's Inner Temple, which is where the lawyers hang out. And he's a retired judge. There's an elderly gentleman dining alone, and he just leaves, and then some of the men in the diner start talking to each other. And a number of the diners think that, well, he seemed kind of familiar, but I'm not sure who he was. And they're wondering who he was. And the common sergeant in the room reveals it was Old Filth, great advocate, judge, and bit of a wit, said to have invented FILTH. Failed in London, try Hong Kong. He tried Hong Kong. So there's just one short page of dialogue, but our curiosity about the title, which probably was first thing on our mind, is satisfied. and we read on to learn more about the old fellow. He's considered as someone past his prime, past his usefulness, and somebody comments early in the book, it was good to see the old coelacanth. You know what a coelacanth is?
No.
Well, apparently, Jane Gardam expected people to know what that was, or maybe that they'd run and look it up.
Yeah. What is it?
I happened to know what it was because I read about it in a comic book when I was a kid. The coelacanth was a species of fish that had been thought to have been extinct 66 million years ago.
Oh.
And in the Indian Ocean in 1938, somebody caught one.
Oh, okay.
It was still... So
it's still out there.
There were still coelacanths out there. And the implication is that Old Filth is a living fossil. Basically.
Right, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, anyway, he's 80 years old. He's living alone, retired in Dorset, which, by the way, if you don't know where Dorset is, it's in southwest England, not all the way to Cornwall, but it's on the coast, and there's a cliff called the Jurassic Coast, in which there are a lot of fossils. So even
he retired to fossil land.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. What a funny thing.
Anyway, his wife Betty's died of a heart attack while gardening after they retired.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks that he's had a pretty easy life. I mean, that's a quotation at the beginning. Pretty easy life, nothing ever seems to have happened to him. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that's lovable about the book is that from this assumption about him that everybody seems to have, you learn it was not an easy life at all. Uh-huh. And a whole lot of stuff happened to him, much of which was pretty awful.
Yeah.
And you get to know more about that as you read the book.
Okay. So he is Old Filth then?
He is Old Filth.
All right.
But, and it's not, he's Old Filth because he failed in London and tried Hong Kong.
Right.
After he became a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And he became an important judge in Hong Kong. But also learn that there's a lot of old filth in his life that he's kept hidden that needs to be swept away.
So it's a controlling metaphor, kind of. Yeah. Right. It gives shape to the motifs of the book.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it came out in 2004. Was it contemporary? Was he old, retired in the early 2000s, or is it reflecting on an earlier time?
He was born after World War I.
Okay, so he's a 20th century dude.
Yeah, his father was a magistrate in Malaysia. His mother died when he was 3 days old.
Oh gosh.
And his father had suffered shell shock in World War I, and then his mother dies when he's 3 days old, and so his father is very distant, never shows him any love or anything. The only person who he gets any love from is his wet nurse, who's the only person who takes care of him. And when he's 7 or 8, his father decides he needs to be sent to England for his education, and so he's torn away from the only person who's ever loved him, and he gets sent to England.
Did you answer the question?
I'm trying to figure out how old he is.
Oh, okay.
So 80, it would be 1924 if he's 80 in 2004. But he's probably born at least 6 years before then. So it's at probably the end of the 20th century.
Yeah, so it's contemporary.
To get your finally figure out. I never actually thought about that question.
Well, I just think it's interesting. Is she writing kind of back in history, or is she looking at somebody who's a kind of fossil of the 20th century as the 21st century begins?
Yeah, that basically is what he is.
Especially for Britain because of the end of the empire, right?
Yeah.
And he lived his life after the empire ended, right?
Well, he lived his life.
His adult life.
He lived much of his adult life while the empire was
ending,
going up strong.
Right.
And then,
right. That's right.
When he's in Hong Kong, they've lost India by then.
Right.
Or at least we're about to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the twilight of the British Empire.
That's interesting. So it's interesting to look at one person's life, a citizen of this, of the colonial power, as the colony, as the power of the colony or the colonizer is diminishing. Yeah,
his life is the life of 20th century Britain.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Very much. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's an interesting frame, I think.
Yeah.
So
he and Betty never have any children, and one of the things that he says about that when somebody mentions it to him, if you've not been loved as a child, you don't know how to love a child. And he's not been loved as a child. When he's sent back to England, he has two aunts that are supposed to kind of take care of him, that his father actually sends money to. They pawn him off on some foster mother and keep all the money, basically.
Yeah.
So he gets nothing from them. What he does get is this foster mother, his foster parents, who are anything but loving. They're Welsh foster parents, Ma and Pa Dids, and he lives with them and two of his cousins who have been sent there with him, and a boy named Cumberledge. And what happened there is the big secret in his life that kind of hovers in his mind.
When do you find that out? When do you find out that what happens there is the big secret?
Well, you realize it's the big secret because he never says what happened there.
Oh, okay.
He just
I just didn't
kind of goes back to it. It's a little bit like, it reminds me of Catch-22 in that in Catch-22 you're always going back to that bombing mission where Snowden died.
Right.
And you don't realize what exactly happened with Snowden until late in the book, after you've gone back there a time.
So it's like for me, if I have a migraine, sometimes I lose part of my field of vision. Like I can look directly at something or think I am, and it's just, there's nothing there, right? And it's like, it sounds like that, where they keep, like you're looking at this, but there's no there. Like there's no answer there, right? Yeah. You keep looking and there's a blind spot or there's a blank area where later you find things out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes on a quest basically after his wife's died. He gets a phone call when her obituaries appeared in the paper, and he gets a phone call from this old girlfriend who was a relative of the guy who became his best friend in school, who actually kind of saves him from complete disaster when he's a kid. He gets a friend, and he has no place to go for holidays, and he ends up always going to the friend's house. And the friend has a cousin who kind of becomes his girlfriend, sort of. And he gets the call from this woman who now is much older. Here's what she says to him on the phone.
I was so pleased when you married Betty. I would have destroyed you, my sweet, beloved Teddy. Betty was a very untouchable woman. Nobody knew her, though I always suspected that there was a great comprehension with someone, somewhere.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So this is the first thing that makes him think, wait a minute, what's she talking about?
It's hilarious that he doesn't see his own wife that way.
He doesn't see her at all.
Right.
But Isabel, who this woman is, seems to have seen it. And the thing is, of course, he says, if you haven't been loved as a child, you can't love a child. But
maybe you can't love.
Yeah, or at least you can't show it. And he obviously was pretty distant as a husband.
I suppose that was somewhat societal too, though. There was a certain way in a certain class of people to be a husband, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose nobody was going to call him out on it because he was probably just doing what everybody thought they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Leaving certain things to her, and she has her own secret life.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, he would have cared, I think.
That's what I was going to amend what I said, which was he didn't even see her enough to know that she might have had a secret life or a secret from him.
Yeah. He does not seem to have known it.
That's a good question, though. If he's not loved as a child, can he love or can he show it? He sounds like he has loyalty to her and respect, right? Like he would want to be a good husband, but he didn't know how.
I don't think he knew how.
Yeah, he certainly didn't see his own parents and his foster parents. That doesn't. It was obviously we have things to learn about that place.
The father was not there. The aunts were not there.
Right. He didn't see it modeled.
And the foster parents were just not good people at all.
So he
especially to the kids they were fostering.
So he came out kind of even though
I mean,
in a way he could have been worse.
How good he comes.
He could have been worse.
His father shows some interest in him at a very weird time.
Yeah.
When he's 17 years old, I think. And father sends to have him shipped to Malaysia, where the father is, to get out of England because of the war. So kids are being shipped to different places around England where they're supposed to be out of the harm's way, but little kids. He's 17, and his father insists that he do this. He's not of age yet, so he's on this ship that's heading for. And it goes around. It's going around Cape Horn, and they keep getting delayed, and it takes months and months for him to get there. And by the time he gets there, he's 18.
He's aged out by the time he arrives.
But that's where he meets the half Chinese adolescent card sharp, who becomes kind of his friend on board ship for those months. And then reappears later in the novel in a surprise way. So anyway, he goes on a quest once he's had that phone call, and he drives around. So it's it turns into a kind of almost picaresque novel.
Oh, okay. Kind of episodic.
Yeah, and he goes to visit these two cousins of his that he remembers that he had been with in the foster home. And you're never really told why he goes to see them. And it might be he wants to find out if they know something about Betty being unfaithful to him, or it might be that he wants to find a new wife and thinks one of them from his past is going to be a companion for him, or is it because he needs to find out or needs to purge something about that foster?
Does he know why he's going there?
I don't know if he does.
He might just feel compelled to do it, and he might not. He doesn't seem like he's incredibly self-aware.
He's not incredibly self-aware, but he goes on and he meets the two cousins, and there's some rather amusing.
Don't ruin it for us.
Well, I mean, the first one is like kind of lost her mind. She's sort of crazy. And she has a boyfriend who's like 20.
Well, that's not crazy.
And then the other one who's the younger one and seems to have everything together. she has a son who's married, and he has a conversation with the daughter-in-law, who's a lawyer. And, you know, keeps trying to tell him things about the law, and he kind of argues with her a little bit. And then after he leaves, she finds out who he is, that he has he's Old Filth. He's this legendary judge. So that's kind of amusing. By the end of the novel, there's a priest who's associated with the second cousin, and the priest seems to think he wants to confess, and he's like, I don't have anything to confess. And then ultimately he does, that's where things come out.
I try, listeners, to keep them from telling you too much about the book plot.
Well, I'm not telling you.
I'm trying to make sure you don't.
Yeah. But about his being not very self-aware, he goes to this school, and it's the school that his father had gone to when he's younger. And he's really good friends with this guy named Pat Ingleby. And it's actually with Pat Ingleby that he loses his stammer. He's had a stammer. And it's hard for him to even talk. And finally, when he has this friend, he's able to begin to talk much better. And ultimately, he graduates from the school. And Sir says to him,
present us with the silver cup for something when you're a filthy rich lawyer, I dare say. Yes, you'll be a lawyer. Magnificent memory, sense of logic, no imagination, and no brains. Goodness.
So it's
quite an assessment.
Schoolmaster's assessment. And he does have this great memory. He does have this sense of logic. He doesn't seem to have a lot of imagination and no brains.
Like no insight.
Yeah, and you know, it describes him kind of perfectly when he's 80.
And no, like, almost literal insight, right, to himself. Like, doesn't understand himself.
No, and he's trying to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a quest, isn't it? To kind of open up your life to yourself, in a way. So what is it that makes this, I mean, it sounds interesting. It has a good, like I said, it has a kind of interesting idea of this retired man, or, you know, this man living through this kind of specific period of British life and kind of discovering for himself his own life in a way that he didn't see it before. But what puts it on your list?
Well, I was just really interested in that kind of voyage to self-discovery that he goes on. I was also impressed and affected by the end, which I can't talk about. I think you'll get the feeling of the ending without knowing what happened if you read this part of this sort of confession.
I'll see about that. As it starts here?
Yeah.
I wanted to express my pity for Ma Dids. I've tried hundreds of cases, many more wicked than anything here. Some I still cannot bear to think about. I cannot bear to think about the cruelty at the core of this foul world, or the vengeance dormant even in children, without love. Cumberledge was given grace. That's all I can say. We were not.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you tell somebody that something bad seems to have happened in a foster situation, that is the kind of paragraph one might think about it, even if you didn't know what it was. Right? Like, that's what, okay. I'll let that pass. I'll let that go by.
Yeah.
So you're interested in it, you liked it because, you know, the subject matter and his self-discovery. I think it's interesting because it's not a roman à clef is it coming of age?
No.
He's coming of age as an 80-year-old,
he is.
which I think is really interesting too.
Yeah.
Because it's never too late.
No.
To understand yourself.
Yeah.
And to understand the implications of you being yourself. But, and I'm assuming, I mean, I can tell from these snippets that you liked the writing, the style of writing.
Yeah. It's not a difficult read, but the language is well done, well put together. And there are continual surprises as you go along. I mean, this is kind of a surprise in seeing how thoughtful he actually is, because you don't see that throughout. You don't know what he's thinking so much, or at least what he's thinking deep down, and then you finally get it when he speaks out about the cruelty of the world, and even in children.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give the impression that it's a completely serious book, or that it's kind of deadly serious all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really funny things in it.
Well, I think the title is funny, and how he has his name is kind of a funny little, acerbic little thing.
Yeah.
So.
But then there are funny things that happen with the cousins that he meets, that he goes to see. There's his adolescent card sharp friend on the boat, who's a pretty funny character. But also there's after his father has called him to the Far East, he goes back and he's in the army and he wants to do his part. And so in his military service during the war, he's assigned to the detail of Queen Mary, the mother of George VI.
I know who she is.
She's evacuated from wartime London to the home of her long-suffering niece, the Duchess of Beaufort, along with her household of 55 servants.
That checks out.
And the Queen Mother makes young Edward her personal favorite, apparently because he has a stammer.
Right, like George
the king
VI.
himself. And so he's her favorite. So he guards her pretty much the whole war. And the Duchess always goes through him to ask the Queen something.
Right.
Because she likes him. But the Duchess has all kinds of appeals and complaints because she's taking care of her and her 55 servants.
Right.
So anyway, he finally does begin his career in Hong Kong in 1947. And it's interesting that there's almost nothing in the book about that.
It's just not relevant, I guess.
No, it's everything up to then and after he retired.
I think that's interesting too, because that was something that I told my students, my writing students, and it was something I learned too, which is if there's something happening in the book and it doesn't interest you to write about, don't write about it. Like, the reader will be able to tell that you don't care about it either, right? And if it's not interesting to you, it's not necessary, because what's interesting to you is what the book is for, right? So there are ways you can just put in a sentence, and that's all you need. Because if you don't care about it, the reader's going to hate it too, and if you don't need it in there, skip it.
Yeah. And the book is not about his professional career. The book is about his personal
exactly.
life. And nothing in his professional career seems to have that much to do with his personal life.
Well, maybe he was just as kind of surface in that, but...
Except one thing. His wife's affair.
Oh, okay. Don't talk too much about it?
Well, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you find out about it pretty early in the book.
Okay.
It was with another judge, another legal person in Hong Kong, whose name was Terry Veneering. Veneering.
Oh, gosh.
And Veneering ends up renting the house next door to their house in Dorset.
Oh, goodness.
This is after his wife has died.
Right. Oh, wow.
And he always has hated Veneering. And they just hated each other. And they were head to head the whole time they were in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
He didn't know that his wife was having an affair.
He just hated him. Man. That's rough.
And there's one day, it's toward Christmas, it's maybe Christmas Eve, he goes out, there's a big snowstorm, and he's expecting a taxi or something to come and take him into town where he can do, have a little Christmas dinner or something. But everything is blocked, and he's afraid that they won't be able to get through. And he goes outside, and the door slams behind him, and he's locked out of his house in this snowstorm. And he has to go next door to Veneering's house and
sucks.
Get help from him, which he does, and they kind of sit together. It's an interesting.
That's interesting.
Arrangement.
Well, I think it's also a clever plot that she has this person who's living his life at this particular time in British history, caring for the Queen Mother.
Yeah.
Because she is not the Queen.
No.
She is the Queen Mother. She is past
her cellbite.
She's you know what I'm saying.
She's the British Empire over the hill.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the royal that he is focused on, is the one that's not, in the full bloom of her power, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think that's really an interesting plot device as well. Like, all of these things are kinds of symbols of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of irony in that. I mean, those kind of little things in the book are really lovable too. Veneering, by the way, is the name of a character in Dickens' novel.
I was going to say, that is a Dickensian name. It's not even Woodhouse. It's like, it seems very Dickensian to me, that kind of name. Yeah. So, and it even actually is Dickensian name.
It is a Dickensian name from Dickens, our
it.
mutual friend.
Oh, okay.
And there is something very Dickensian about Gardam's characters, even Feathers himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be presented as a kind of a big fool, or a pitiable coupled, or a bureaucratic drudge who is a cog in the great wheel of empire that ultimately grinds to a halt as the empire slips from Britain's fingers.
Yeah.
But he's more than all of those things, and his inner life makes clear by the end of the novel that he's more than the sum of his parts.
Well, it's interesting too, because empires and even nations obviously comprise millions of people, but those people have worlds within them.
Yeah.
And he's exploring that.
Yeah. Apparently Gardam, she acknowledges in the book that she read accounts of Kipling's early life.
Oh, interesting.
And that colored how she presented Feather's early life.
Interesting. That's a cool.
That might explain why this book's not so well known in America, because we don't have that history and don't care so much about Raj orphans,
so to speak. Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. It's gonna resonate more with a collective consciousness that looks at the implications of that history every day, right?
Yeah.
They're living through now the ramifications of their 21st century based on what their 20th century was like, and we don't have that. But obviously, I mean, you and I are Anglophiles, and so both of us, I think, I would definitely find that book interesting. I think
most people would.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think that leads me to my next question then? Who might not like this book? Or why might people not like this book, I guess is the question.
I identified with Feathers because of my age.
It's a doodly book, maybe.
Well, it is.
But I like I mean, what intrigues me, I haven't read it, obviously. What intrigues me about it is that he's going to discover things about his wife, who was right in front of him all this time.
Yeah.
That he had no, it wasn't that he didn't care, it was that he didn't see her.
Didn't see it.
So that intrigues me as a woman reader. But anyway, back to the question. Why might people not like the book?
I guess if you're really young, you might not be that interested in reading a story about an old man. Mm-hmm. If you're an American, you might not be that interested in reading a story about somebody...
A British old man.
in British Empire in the 20th century. because it has nothing to do with you, you might think. So I suppose that's possible.
Yeah.
But I think most people give it a chance. You'll really like this.
Well, I mean, we read to feel in companionship with others. You know, we read to feel seen, but we also read to see, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's not your situation, but it's going to illuminate that maybe that phase of life, right?
If the main benefit of reading is the development of empathy, this is somebody you may not immediately feel empathy with, but you will by the end of the novel.
Well, and it's interesting because it is a woman author.
Yeah.
So it's not a man exploring this aspect of masculinity. It's a woman exploring maybe the implications of that.
Yeah. And most of the other important characters in the book are female. The cousins, Betty, who we don't ever actually meet, well, she's alive, and the Queen Mother.
I'd like to read that. That sounds really interesting.
In an interview with The Guardian in 2011, Gardam said, "I hate the idea of sequels. I think you should be able to do it in one book." Yet curiously, the two novels that she wrote following Old Filth make a trilogy of the story.
Oh.
I haven't read them.
Oh, okay.
But I intend to as soon as I'm able, which is probably after we do the 100th.
Yes.
But they're not sequels exactly. The second novel in the trilogy is called The Man in the Wooden Hat, and was published in 2009. And it focuses on retelling the story of Old Filth from Betty's perspective.
Oh, okay. Well, that isn't a sequel. That's another angle.
Another angle. And then the third book.
I want to read that one, actually.
Last Friends, which was published in 2013, tells it from veneering.
Oh, well, see, okay, I love this because I think she can still let her position on sequels stand. They aren't. She's exploring something, and there's more to explore.
Yeah.
And there's more perspectives because he also had he had a very specific kind of blindness, right?
Yeah.
And so other people's views would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where are you going to rank this bad boy?
I am putting this at number 67. Right after Brides Have Revisited.
Oh, that sounds like a good companion. Definitely exploring British class, British culture, and the impact on selfhood.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And right before The Call of the Wild.
Oh.
I don't know that there's any.
And now for something completely different.
Yes, that gets you off into a whole.
They're all, though, about masculinity.
Maybe. Yeah.
I would say, which is fine. It's fine if you like that kind of thing. Well, that's really interesting. I would be. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't like to listen to novels. I like to read them. Maybe I'll buy it on Kindle or something. Because I actually want to just read this so that I can read Betty's.
Oh, no, wait, I read this one.
Oh, so...
Sorry.
Do we have a copy here?
I have a copy on Kindle.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was really good. That sounds great. And it's given me some options for things to read. So.
All right, then.
All right.
So is it time for Chaos Reader?
That was great. Yes, okay. Everybody will be very happy to know this is my last update on Anna, the biography by Amy Odell, because I finished it. I've been reading it since March, maybe February. I don't know. I have to look in my Goodreads to see if how long it has been.
You mentioned it pretty much every time since we moved.
Unless I was talking about Trollope. So I will say I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, which I am a very positive star rater. If I finish a book, I mean, I'm assuming it was good enough to finish. So I don't like to give bad reviews. So if I don't rate it, then it's because I didn't want to give it any kind of review. But I thought it was good. I thought some of the writing, like I said, I felt like sometimes the quality of the writing could have been improved. I felt like she interested me partly because of the Devil Wears Prada movie. And there was a chapter on that, and at least kind of some of how that impacted her. But I think I might have liked to know a little bit more about that. But this has a new afterword because it was updated. So because, as you may know, Anna Wintour is still alive. So having a biography of a living person is interesting because, they keep living their life. And so anyway, I liked it. I thought it was very interesting. I've probably mentioned this before, but it is a very interesting window into our particular culture, late 20th century, early 21st century, in terms of fashion and how that intersects with so many other things. And she is a very successful woman in a very difficult field, and that's interesting as well. So I would recommend this. I'm done with it. I put on my list of things to do every day, read, and so I tried to read a chapter a day. But if I don't do that, I just don't necessarily think about it because I'm too phone addicted right now. So that's the last update on Anna Wintour, and that's good. And I'm going to read a novel next.
I hope so.
All right, well.
Make it a good one.
I will. We would like to thank Jerry Bruno, who makes the cover art for our YouTube and helps us when we have questions, like with our ever-evolving mic situation. And also, we want to thank our viewers and listeners and the people who comment and share our podcast. Like I say every week, it's just us making our wee podcast from rural France, from a wee village in rural France. And we do it just because we love books and we love talking about them. And we thought this would be a good way to share that with other people and build a community there. So we thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Between the Covers.